Well, you know what you are. You're a Kemetic Muslim. You know.
Right. Hetep. Assalaam Alaikum. Peace. It's your brother Salim, the Kemetic Muslim. If this is your first time here on my channel, welcome. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're a returning viewer, subscriber, I appreciate you. Thank you. So today we are, well, first off, Ramadan Kareem to all of my brothers and sisters that's participating in Ramadan right now. We are on day 20. Day 20. Today is March 20th. Well, this evening is March 20th. And not too long ago, I finished my salat. I finished my isha, had a big dinner. What did I do? Normally when I break my fast, I have like some water, about 64 ounces of water, either infused with apples. So like even some apple slices that's in the water, I let it infuse throughout the day, or lemon or lime. So I do that first, and then that's right after Maghrib, and then Isha comes, and then I have a smoothie, normally a blueberry smoothie. I've been having blueberry smoothies since for like years, since I turned like vegetarian basically. So it's going on maybe like 7, 8 years. I have a blueberry smoothie almost every day. So that, blueberries, banana, dates, hemp seeds, chia seeds, and what else I put in there? Sometimes I put peanut butter in there. Sometimes I put almond butter. And then if I put the almond or the peanut butter in there, you got to put the cinnamon in there as well too. So yeah, that's like my little, my go-to, my snack, it's a meal for me really, but it's nutritious, it's filling, protein, all of that as well too. And then I had after my smoothie, I normally have like a big bowl of some type of leafy greens at the bottom as like the base. So normally we've been doing like Trader Joe's herb mix, or we just found like this arugula mix as well too, with I think arugula, spinach, and some other things. But the herb mix is fire as well too. Has lettuce, dill, and I feel like romaine in there as well too. But that's normally my base. Do like some quinoa on there as well too, or some rice, so some grains. And then I'd either do some tofu or some tempeh with some either black beans, kidney beans, or northern beans. And what else I normally do? Sweet potatoes for sure. I feel like I've been eating sweet potatoes all Ramadan. And we either been having a vegan, like a vegan dressing to have. I feel like the vegan dill dressing from Trader Joe's, or we make our own salad dressing. And what else do I have? I feel like I have something else. Yeah, that's it. And then right after Fajr, wake up for Fajr, I have like 64 ounces of water again. And then I'll have, what I've been doing lately for the past like 2 weeks, honestly, is 2 rice cakes with either almond butter or peanut butter on it, cinnamon on top, probably like a cup of blueberries, and 2 apples. So I slice up 2 apples and I have that. And then that'll last me all the way till it's time to break fast again. So that's what I've been doing. So inshallah that you all are having a successful Ramadan. I've been trying to read the Quran every single day. Haven't done it every single day, but I've read the Quran. This is the most I've read the Quran. I haven't read the Quran before, honestly. I'm gonna do a backstory on me being a Muslim. I've been a Muslim for 3 years now, and this is my third Ramadan. So 20. It's my third. Yeah, this is my third Ramadan. So I took my Shahada in 2023. Yeah, 2023. Yep, 1444 is the year. So each year I've just been doing different things. So the first year I was just practicing on like the salats and just getting the rak'ahs down and the prayers. Year two was really getting into fasting. which I do already, and I'm gonna bring to this channel as well too. And then this year is all about making sure, no matter what, that I'm making fajr and I'm reading the Quran at least 3 to 4 times a week. So the past 2 days, I'm not even going to lie, I haven't read it, but I'm going to get back on tomorrow. I'm going to probably do about 2 hours of just reading and just catching up. So, so far, it's changing my life. I grow spiritually, mentally, and physically each Ramadan. Speaking of physically, I probably lost about 5 pounds. The years before, I lost more. But I think because of my eating and my calories and the protein, I've been kind of like baseline, not baseline, but like I'm not below like 170. I'm still in like 170 range, 170, 175. I got to 160 before, so yeah, I'm not trying to do that. And I haven't been working out either. I've been doing my full body stretches, ranging from my neck all the way down to my ankles, my feet as well too. But no working out, literally none at all. So that's something that I'm going to get back on once Ramadan is over, inshallah. So today we're going to be doing, and secondly, before I forget, Happy New Year, the first day of spring. If you didn't know, spring is the new year. This is the time and the day when the earth renews itself, nature renews itself. Spring comes, flowers bloom. I've been hearing the birds for the past week, honestly. The birds and dandelion is my two like indicators that spring is coming. The weather as well too, but as you know, living in America, where I am in Maryland in the DMV area, our weather is just up and down. So you just never know. Like it's been the past couple of days, it's been like 70s. And now it's about to go back down to like 60 and 50. So you just never know. But my key indicators are the birds chirping. They wake you up. I hit them real early. And then looking at the grass, looking at the lawn and all that, I see dandelion start to grow. So dandelion is a herb. It's not a weed. It's a herb that you can use to help flush out any type of toxins out of your liver, your colon, your kidneys. It's a cleansing herb. So if anybody didn't know that, now you know. I would say don't use the dandelion that grows within 100 to 200 feet of a curb or street or highway, because they spray pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides, and all of the vehicle exhausts and road whatever is around that area as well too. So you want to use those herbs, or dandelion specifically, or any other herb that grows naturally, at least 100 to 200 feet away from any type of main road, sidewalk, highway, whatever the case is. All right. So, but today we're going to be learning about spring equinox. The spring equinox is today, March 20th. So this is a video by Girl Boss Africa that I watched before. I watched her channel before, but she's breaking down spring equinox. So we're just about to get into it.
Hi everybody, I'm Zanim Vula and you're watching Girl Boss SA YouTube, and today we're talking about the spring equinox. The spring equinox is what marks the beginning of spring. The spring equinox is on its way. The spring equinox usually occurs between the 20th and the 22nd of September.
So she's in Africa, South Africa, I believe. And she's saying September. So ours is the opposite. She's in the southern hemisphere, we're in the northern hemisphere. So our times of the year is opposite. So like she said, their spring is in September. It starts between September 20th through the 22nd, and ours is March 20th through the 22nd. It changes depending on the year. But like today is March 20th, so it started today for us.
The reasons we do things like say spring days on the 1st of September is because we've been taken so out of alignment with our actual calendar and we don't really know when things occur. Understanding the equinox starts with understanding basically
like people I want to say it's been a while, honestly, that I just started verbally saying like the new year starts in the spring, but for a very long time, I want to say at least for 15, 20, close to 20 years that I've been saying or feeling like this January 1st thing is not it. I never really been excited about it. Just felt odd to me, weird, just like a weird day. Like January 1st is a weird day. The party in the clubs. What else? I went to, church before I was Muslim. I went to church like once or twice on like New Year's Eve. My mama, shout out to my mama. I'm gonna shout out my mama on every single video that I do, whether it's a reaction study video, knowledge video, or a vlog, whatever it is. Shout out my mama. She normally calls me like 12:01, 12:02, like right on it. She's calling. So yeah, it just always felt weird to me. So nothing is new. Everything is still dead. Nature one is still dead. It's still cold outside. What else? Nothing is renewed. Nothing at all. The only thing we talk about as society is like renewing ourselves and having these New Year resolutions that nobody really ever sticks to. And it just doesn't feel good. So recently, like I said, the past 15 years, well, really like the past 10 to 7 years, I've been feeling like the spring, the beginning of the spring is the new year. And I didn't know about anything. That was just on my journey of spirituality. I'm an Aries as well too, so shout out all my Aries. I'm a spring baby. So my favorite time of the year, so it just always aligned with me.
Basically the etymology of the word. Equi means equal and nox is night. During the spring equinox, the Earth's axis doesn't point away from or towards the sun, which means that the northern and the southern hemisphere receive the same amount of light. They receive equal amounts of light. So our day and night are equal across both hemispheres on the spring equinox. It is the same on the autumn equinox because then the sun is moving away from the southern hemisphere for us to going to the northern hemisphere. So this is their autumn equinox. It is our spring equinox because life is returning to the southern hemisphere because the sun god is returning. The sun is the source of all life. The sun is returning to renew life in the southern hemisphere, to renew life for us that is now in nature. We are a part of nature. So in alignment with that, we then get to align with that energy by harnessing the energy of the spring equinox in the spring. This is
so that even goes into, with our time moving forward 2 hours. Is it 2 hours or 1 hour? Time goes back 2 hours, then it moves forward 1 hour. So yeah, just getting that extra, hour of sun, which we all in America, we all miss in a way. I know, especially on the East Coast, it's like we all miss that. People have seasonal depression and all sorts of things because of the sun, and it's real, A lot of us aren't able to take vacations to the West or out of the country to the Caribbeans or whatever the case is to get more sun, get that vitamin D. So a lot of us are vitamin D deficient, and that plays in our mood because that's a hormone. Vitamin D is a hormone. So yeah, that definitely plays into it as well, to our getting more sun. So if you just think about that, like you start to feel better when like the days are longer, there's more sun outside. It makes you more active. It gives you more energy. You wake up a little earlier, things like that. You hear the birds chirping. The only thing we don't like about the spring is the pollen in the beginning because that pollen is real. And then maybe some bees as well too, but they, it's an ecosystem. They all play their part as well, but the pollen count has been high for the past couple years in the first part of the spring. I know that for sure.
This is the beginning of the year for us. The 23rd of September marks the beginning of the year. So actually what it is that the spring equinox marks the beginning of the year. So whatever day the spring equinox falls on is the beginning of the year. It isn't always concrete on the 23rd. Sometimes it's on the 20th, 21st, 22nd. And I think this year it's on the 22nd. My family spring equinox celebration is on the 20th. But then it's something that can go on the 3 days. In that 3-day period, you're actually really, it's really important to celebrate that time, to celebrate, to honor the sun god, honor the renewal of life, appreciate life. In terms of our ancestors, they were very in alignment with like all cosmic events. Their celebration of the cosmos was observance. Like that's how they connected with the energy, that's how they aligned, overstanding the movement of the cosmos, the movement of the stars, the moon, the sun. So their alignment also then was in the way that they built everything, their homes, the buildings, the architecture was always in alignment with the cosmos. I explained.
Yeah, and we live by the Gregorian calendar, which is not our nature. It's man's time, man-made time. We can talk about, and I probably will break down a lot of things that I've been studying, because this channel is all about just documenting my life. The things that I'm learning, such as this, getting into a deeper dive of it. Like this is a surface level, but I'm sure a lot of people don't know about the spring equinox, the summer solstice, the autumn equinox, and the winter solstice. Knowing that the spring is the mark of the new year, all of these things. So, and even like the calendar and how our ancestors used to live. Like she was mentioning how our ancestors used to, live their lives through the seasons. And that's something that I do as well too. And it just feels right by just operating through the seasons and not forcing anything, just letting life flow. And it just feels better, it just feels good. And like I said, we live through the Gregorian calendar. The Gregorian calendar tells us that it's 12 months when it's actually 13 months when you look at the Ethiopian calendar. It says that the new year is the 1st of January, when the new year is spring, which is March 20th through the 23rd, 22nd, or September, if you live in the southern hemisphere, September 20th through the 22nd or 23rd. So yeah, we just gotta sit down and think and kind of disattach. We gotta remove some of our feelings about our life and some of the things that we learned. And even if it was passed down through our parents and our grandparents and our other ancestors, like we gotta take emotion out of what we've learned thus far in our life, and just really sit back and think about, like, why do we celebrate these things? Just question everything. I've always been like a person that just questions everything, because one, if you have a question, just ask. Like I've learned that in school. I think we all learn that at school. If you don't know something, ask a question. And that doesn't just apply in the classroom. That's just life in general. And don't be ashamed of it, because if you walk away not knowing or being ignorant to something, that's your fault. So just ask questions, no matter how dumb it may sound. I guess ignorant it may sound, or stupid, or whatever the case is. Like it's better to know the answer and walk away knowing the answer, instead of trying to figure out or worrying about, dang, I should have asked that question right then and there, like, whatever the case is. Or you can research as well too. That's something that I like to do. If I don't know something right then and there, I write a note in my phone. Boom, what is this? Ask chat, what is this? Put a little, a note just to remind myself to research that later, whatever the case is. So yeah, just sit back and really just analyze your life. And something that I had to learn to do is unlearn and relearn a different way of life. And we can't blame we can't blame our parents, grandparents, uncles, aunts that grew up in their era, grew up in their time, when their life was different. It was just different. They did the best they can do with what they had and what they knew, and they have their own traumas and their own experiences, and we're just grateful as millennials and on to have the internet and ChatGPT and AI and all of these other resources, and that we can just look up information and get information. It's a lot. Our brains definitely get overloaded with a lot of information, and it sometimes it's just overwhelming. But we just have so many different resources that they didn't have. At the same time, they lived differently. They were more outside than we were. They didn't have access to all of this radiation. Like I have light, fluorescent lights. I have a computer. I have a mic hooked up to me. I have a camera. Sometimes I wear my Apple Watch. I have headphones in right now. All that radiation is messing with my DNA and messing up with the water flow in my body. So it's a lot of different things. You know, y'all get what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to wrap y'all up that much, but we're definitely going to be getting into a lot more. Whatever's on my mind, probably like 99% of it, we're going to be talking about in this channel. So let's get back to it.
Explained in a previous video how the pyramids of Giza were built in alignment with Orion's belt. The Sphinx is strategically placed in alignment with the summer solstice in June. A lot of archaeologists like to suggest that our ancestors basically found that rock by accident, but the accuracy of the placement of it suggests otherwise. It is in perfect alignment, and it's not just in ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt, actually, the accuracy of all of the architecture in ancient Egypt inspired a lot of the architecture around the world. There are a lot of monuments around the world that are built to honor the spring equinox. For instance, we have the Stonehenge in England, which always remind me of Inzalo Yelanga. Inzalo Yelanga is referred to as Adam's calendar. It was named by white people Adam's calendar. It's in Mpumalanga, and it is.
And like I said, if you don't know any of this, Adam's calendar, go ahead and pause, put as Adam's calendar. Ask Chat, ask Google, or what it's called, Gemini. Write down a note just to remind yourself. You know, just create a note in your phone, reminders, or research this, Adam's calendar. What is that? What is the spring equinox? What is everything? Gregorian calendar. Anything that you hear me talking about, anything that you hear anybody in the videos that we're going to, I don't really like to say react, because it's not like a reaction. It's more so of like a study session, information, knowledge. And if you have any comments about this, please, like, comment, subscribe, but comment and let's have a conversation, because this is about growth. This channel is all about growth. It's all about being my journey of becoming an enlightened being, my divine being self, my higher self, and I'm learning with you all. So comment below if you have any information. Maybe she is missing some points. Maybe she's wrong about some points. Maybe she misspoke, or maybe you just have some information that myself or any of the watchers, viewers, subscribers, you know, can read, and we can gain more knowledge. So it's all holistic. It's all about growth. So just make sure you do that. Don't be afraid to ask questions, and also do your own research.
And it is the world's oldest calendar. It's a rock formation. It's just the most accurate rock formation that there's ever been in the history of humanity. And that is in Mpumalanga. That's the world's oldest calendar. There's also the Neolithic Henge in Germany. Actually, check up, if you look up, there's so many of them. They honor the movement of the sun. They honor the solstices, the equinoxes, and they're inspired by the structures of the architecture in ancient Kemet, because that was the greatest civilization of all time. The spring equinox is essentially the return of the sun god, Asa, Ura, Uramasedi, Vilngangi.
I'm sure she's going to break down Asar, but welcome back, Asar. Asar is the green god. He is where Christianity got basically the Asar, Aset, and Heru. Asar, the husband, male. Aset, his wife, female. Heru, the son of them two. Heru's creation was the the original story of Miriam, and Jesus. So research that as well too. But yeah, green. That's why I'm wearing the green. Asar, spring. This is his season. He's the god of this season.
Amahata. He's returning from the North Hemisphere to restore life, to renew life. We see things start to green again. He is referred to as the green god. He was depicted as a green god oftentimes on the walls in ancient Egypt. So his principle is renewal. According to the Sacred Magic of Ancient Egypt, a book I highly recommend for anyone who is looking to understand the way in which our ancestors.
I have that book. I don't have that version. This is the version that I have right here. Y'all can see. Boom, boom. But it's by Rosemary Clark. I'm going to try to find that book just to see if there's any other pages missing. You know how that goes. Other information in there. But there's a lot in here. It teaches you, for one, it's a lot. For one, it goes down from, what the Nile is, how the gods and goddesses were created, ceremonies, what natural elements that you need to have around you during those seasons, such as spring. So spring right now is aligned with Asar, and Asar is aligned with green, and green, that means renewal, growth, positivity, also aligning with your heart, meaning your green heart chakra. And then the crystal is malachite, that you can use as well too. And that also aligns with your heart because it's in your heart chakra, because that's a green stone. And what else? It's a lot in here. Where's that page? One. It goes over the whole Kemetic calendar as well too. So it gives you this breakdown of everything. I don't know if y'all can see that. If that light is too much, it might be. But it lists all of the Neter. So Neter mean God. Neteru. Neter means nature. So all of these gods and goddesses, the Neteru, because you at the end of Neter is basically like a S for gods. So they didn't use a S back then for plural. In the Kemetic days, they used the U, the letter U. So Neteru, meaning the collection of all of the gods and goddesses. And I don't want to say like God, like the supreme being, but just like, in Christianity, in other religions, like God had angels or disciples. You had Jabril and Michael and all of these other, angels and disciples, and they did work for him, and that's what I believe. I believe that there's a supreme being, a divine being. I don't believe that there is a God as a man or God as a woman. I pay homage and respect both the masculine and the feminine of that being. There's no specific image. And God had a team, just like a CEO. A CEO can't do all the work itself. You need a team to do this and do this and do this and do that, while you oversee everything. All of the creations. You could have been the first to create yourself, but you created all of these others, or hired all of these others to help you do the work, to help build this out. And that's what the gods are. Neteru. It's just nature. That's all it is. It's not gods per se. That's really the Greek way of saying it. It's really just nature. Living your life through ma'at, which is balance, reciprocity, peace, justice, all of that. That just teaches you about nature. That's all it is. All the Kemetic spirituality, philosophy is just teaching you about nature. And once you study these and study the equinoxes and the summer solstice and the winter solstice and things like that, you just kind of get inner and understanding of like this all aligns with each other. So I need to align my life with nature, and that's what I've been doing for the past couple of years as well too. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna read off some stuff and get back to the video. So like I said, the stone for Asar is malachite, however you want to say it. The color is green. The metal to wear is iron. The incense is cypress. The scent is cinnamon, and the tree is acacia, 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 I think. Yeah. But yeah, here's the book right here. Like I said, she has another version, but it's both by Rosemary Clark. It has a lot of information here, like a lot. It'll teach you a lot. If you really want to go in depth, start there, and it's going to teach you a lot of information.
Lived and how they connected to nature and the gods and alchemy. He basically reconstitutes that which has been dismembered, disassembled. He restores what has been broken. He returns to us after a point of spiritual blockages, creative blockages, because winter is like a blockage period where nothing can really grow, and a lot of plants don't survive, and a lot of life doesn't survive. So he returns to renew that life.
And speaking on that point, I don't know about you, but something else that aligned me with nature is at probably my teenage years, maybe my 20s, early 20s, I started to realize that winter is nothing is bad. Nah, nothing is bad. Yeah, we're going to say that. Nothing is bad. Everything has a purpose. So even evil has its purpose, you know. But I started to know, just like nature dies in a sense, animals retreat, they go hibernate until the springtime. A lot of negativity happens. We've been seeing that a lot with our politics in the past several years, especially in the January Capricorn season. And we're going to go into Capricorn and the Kemetic God that represents that as well too. But there's a lot of destruction, there's a lot of chaos, and there's a lot of distraction as well too. And then I also noticed that not weirdly now, but at first it was just like, and the mind is so powerful as well too. But I was just saying, or just noticed, like, people transition during those times as well. Like, people aren't going to make it to the new year, to this new cycle, meaning the spring. There was a point in time for a few years I always had like an ancestor now, but an uncle, an aunt, a grandparent, a cousin, somebody in the family, or somebody close to me, or somebody that I know of transitioned during the winter season. And I just always kind of, and for the past couple of years, I was just like, yeah, this is going to happen, but this is what this season is for. This season is for death. This season is for your shadow work, which is something we're going to talk about on this channel as well too. The death, not just of people or the transition of people, but that's for yourself too. We have to let a lot of things die within ourselves, whether that's the way we think, the way we act, the things that we eat, just shedding our old self, our old beliefs, to transition and spring, into the new cycle, into the new season, where we're supposed to be renewed and have a higher state of consciousness, a higher way of living, a higher way of just being in general. So that's something that I noticed as well. So just pay attention to your life. Just sit back and think. I'm a thinker. And sit back and just think about your life and just like really just pay attention to how your life is drawn out so far, what's going on around you, most importantly, and what things have you noticed in your life as well.
He is the god of second chances. So his role in the creation process is crucial. He is one of the 5 children of our sky goddess Nut, who I spoke about in a previous video. His function is germination, which means that he is the force that brings forth that creation force, or that creative force in all living beings, that creative force that's innate within us all as living beings, within us, the creatures, the plants, all living creatures. He is that phase of creative energy, of that creation flow. So he renews that, he revitalizes that, he is that revitalizing force. That's how his energy translates in us as human beings. That's how it translates in
Revitalizing, that force, that energy. We all feel it. We feel it when the spring is here. We feel it when the sun is back. We feel it when the birds are chirping. We feel it when even when the pollen, but the grass is greener. It's coming back. The flowers are starting to bloom. We feel that energy, don't you?
in the plants. That's how, you know, we see then things start to green again after this winter period of things not being able to grow. We see just a sudden emergence of creation, of growth, of like fruitful manifestation. So he infuses vitality, appreciation for life, and
Speaking of all that, get on your garden. Everybody watching, comment below. Have you started your garden yet? Please say yes. If you haven't, it's not too late. You can start with seeds. You can start with sowing, meaning you can just go ahead and buy the sprouts of the plants, or the younger version of the plant, and just go ahead and plant that into your garden. But everybody should be gardening. Everybody has a green thumb. Don't say, I don't have a green thumb, I kill every plant. It's patience. It's a form of meditation. It's a form of life. And if you can take care of yourself, you can take care of a plant. And you need to do this because this teaches you a skill that we all need. We all need to learn how to grow our fruits, our vegetables, all of our food, so that we know what it is and where it comes from farm to table, from farm to your body. You know that it's clean. You know that it hasn't been sprayed with any pesticides, herbicides, fungicides. It's non-GMO, it's organic if you're buying the organic seeds, all of those things. So make sure you start your garden if you haven't already.
Recovery. So he's represented by the ram, which is the animal symbol of the zodiac sign Aries. Hey. Aries is derived from Asa.
Shout out to all my Aries. Happy born day to all of my Aries. Mine is April 11th.
The ram, which
information 411
symbolizes Aries, symbolized Asa in ancient Kemet. Outside all of Asa's temples were statues of the ram. Aries is essentially the Greek interpretation of Asa. Aries is the first sign in the zodiac cycle, in perfect alignment.
And nobody ever really realized that. I ain't gonna say nobody. A lot of people don't realize that. Like I had a conversation with my goddess a couple weeks ago when we were just talking about the zodiac signs, and she started off with, I forgot what she started off with, but I was just like, no, Aries is the first zodiac sign. Everybody knows that. Aries is the first zodiac sign. I don't read my horoscope like I used to, but I feel like even when you look up horoscopes, it's like Aries is first. Maybe I'm wrong, but if you look up the zodiac signs, Aries is the first one. Aries represents spring. Spring represents the beginning, the new year.
Alignment with Asa, because Asa is the first season in the year. He's the first month of the year in our calendar. It marks the beginning of the new year. Another animal representation of Asa in ancient Kemet is the hare, the rabbit, which is the origin of the Easter bunny. The origin of the Easter celebration is the spring equinox. It's the vernal equinox, which was celebrated in the northern hemisphere in March because their spring equinox is in March, the time of our autumn equinox. That's when the sun is moving away from us and going to them. So that's when they would celebrate their spring equinox, and that is the origin of the Easter bunny, because the Easter bunny represents Asa, represents the return of Asa to the northern hemisphere. Kemetic,
So go back a little bit.
Asa represents the return of Asa.
So right here is the picture of Asa, Aset, his wife, and Heru, his their son. So Heru represents our higher self, the warrior within us, our divine self, lives up here in our higher consciousness, our righteousness.
To the northern hemisphere. Kemet is actually in
And Aset is about balance as well too.
the northern hemisphere. The Anglo-Saxons and different cultures in the northern hemisphere in that time would celebrate the spring equinox with a festival at the beginning of the spring equinox. And at the beginning of the festival, they would lay colorful eggs at the altar of the spring goddess. This is the goddess of the east, the goddess of rebirth, the goddess of resurrection. It was basically the word that Easter was derived from. And she was the goddess that they honored at the beginning of the spring season because she brought back new life. In her return, she returned with a hare. She was depicted returning with a magical rabbit, and that hare was representative of Asa.
So you can even see the tradition of Easter with this goddess Eshta. This is not even rooted in African life. That always felt weird to me as well too. And like I said, we get a lot of these traditions and what I want to say, rituals from our elders. We don't know any better until we do our own research. Like we have a daughter that's 2, and she's learning through our words, our actions, the way we dress, the things, the things that we do, the way we eat, all of that. And those are the foundational things of her life, because this is the starting point. She's learning, we're her teachers, we're her role models. She's learning from us. And just like we learn from like our parents, like I remember, the Christmas tree and the stockings and going to paint eggs and hiding eggs and jelly beans and baskets and wearing your Sunday's best. And is this something you felt like you were just supposed to do? And a lot of people have an issue with letting go of that and knowing the truth about what our people used to do, what our ancestors used to do, because this wasn't it.
She represented Osset. When we are having our spring equinox, they're now having their season of Osset. She was the female deity that also was responsible for reassembling Asa, and that is in the creation story that I will get to when I do the African creation story video. I feel like I say this in every video when I'm gonna do the African, and I will do it. It's coming. The origin of Easter eggs are the symbol that they would place on the altar. They would place colorful eggs on the altar because the eggs, they symbolized renewal. So they symbolized rebirth. That is how they would celebrate. They would have their ceremonies where they would color the eggs in different ways, decorate them, and they would place them on the altar of Osset, the altar of Easter, to celebrate her return with the sun god. This was basically what we call today a pagan holiday or a pagan festival. During the year 325 AD, during the Council of Nicaea, Easter was proclaimed a celebration of the first Sunday after the first full moon, after the vernal equinox or the spring equinox. So their celebration of Easter with the Easter bunny and the Easter eggs that were derived from Kemet happened.
Speaking of that, I have the moon app. What is it called? Is it called the moon? Yeah, I have the moon app on my phone. Y'all see that right there? I have that. If anybody has this app, let me know how accurate this is. But right now is, well, it's Friday, 12 o'clock, March 21st. But the full moon, that's going into waning. So the first moon, waning. So the new moon is on March 28th. It's saying March 28th, 29th, 30th. And then, the full moon, wow, the full moon is on my born day this year, April 11th. So the first Sunday, so does that mean Easter is on April 13th? Let's see. Nope. Easter is on the 20th. Easter's on 420. Wow. Okay. I thought you said they celebrated the first full moon after the spring equinox, which would make it April 13th. But the calendar I'm looking at, the Gregorian calendar, is April 20th, 420. I don't know. But let me know if you have the moon app. Let me know if that's accurate or not.
Happens in March after their spring equinox. They're in perfect alignment with that. We're out of alignment with that. Our celebration of Easter is also in March, which makes no sense. It's totally out of alignment with nature. It's totally out of alignment with spirit. And that's why we have all these problems, because we have no sense of timing and no sense of direction. We just do whatever is being done in the West without questioning the origin or the history. This is our Easter celebration.
100% for everything. We just do stuff without questioning.
This is our Easter period. This is actually the time to decorate your eggs and to do all of that stuff that you do at Easter. It at least helps to understand why we're doing it, because when we celebrate the resurrection, the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, we need to know that that death and resurrection also originates from Kemet. That's the death and resurrection of Asa, which is then symbolized by the return of the sun god. The story is all detailed in the creation story and the story of Asa, Oset, and Heru. That whole story in Kemet predates Christianity by many, many thousands of years. Christianity is the youngest religion. I never really understood why during Easter, when it's...
Wow, look at this. 94% of people believe company culture is important.
The celebration of Jesus Christ and his death and resurrection, where the Easter bunny and Easter eggs come into that whole thing. But with that understanding, you can at least now take it and place it at the right time, so that you're aligning with the timing of things, you're aligning with nature, you're aligning with spirit, and that helps you to then tap into the creation source and start to really manifest results in your life. Create an altar for the Easter goddess. Look into her, do some research. Obviously everything that it is that you do, I always highly encourage research. Don't do things that you don't understand, because then you manifest things in your life that you don't understand. Ultimately, celebrating the spring equinox, aligning with the spring equinox and tapping into the God energy of the spring equinox. Get outside. Just be outside.
I don't even think I paid attention for the past couple seconds, because that was real. Like, we need to, don't manifest anything that you don't enter or understand at all. On my journey, I have a lot of people asking me questions because they just either want to know, they don't get it, and that's okay, because what I've learned is that everybody's enlightening or when that light bulb turns on, it happens when it's time for it to happen. When that light turns on, that's when it's supposed to happen. Don't force anybody's light bulb to turn on. That's their journey. That's their individual path. By trying to get somebody or encouraging somebody to do something that they're not ready for just messes up their journey, because they're just not ready for it. Some people aren't ready for this, and that's okay. Some people aren't ready to meditate. Some people aren't ready to work out. Some people aren't ready to eat healthy. Some people aren't ready to take accountability for their actions and the way they think. People aren't ready for it, and that's what makes us human. We're not perfect. We're physical beings, and we'll never be perfect because we are physical beings, and we have physical, not experiences, but physical appetites. I don't know how to say it, but it's just thing with sins in a sense, basically. So, and we'll just never be perfect. So never push anybody's enlightenment on them. Everybody will get to their, inshallah. And if they don't, that's their journey, you know. But never do anything that you don't get. Don't just do it just to do it. Don't be peer pressured into it. Like I said before, and like she just said, do your research, do your research, do your research. There's a lot of things that I started doing. No, I started doing. There's a lot of things I started researching and then I did it later. There's a lot of things that I tried to do in the beginning, but it just didn't feel right. It felt like I was forcing it or trying to really gain something from it than the journey that I was on. You gain the most by your journey, not the destination, not the goal. The goal is the research, the goal is being consistent, the goal is the practice, the goal is the belief. The goal is the inner and understanding of whatever you're doing. That don't matter. It doesn't matter what it is in life. Just focus on those things. Enjoy your journey. Take your time. This is life. Life is a marathon. Shout out and rest in power to Nip. It's a marathon, and just take your time with it all. This is your life to do whatever you want to do. Whatever you wanted to do. No matter what it is. This is your life. And start off with, just knowing yourself. Start off with researching yourself, seeing, who you are, what makes you you, what experiences have you been through that made you who you are today. What did your parents go through? What did your grandparents go through? Why are they the way they are? Through their experiences. Then look at your ancestors, through your genealogy. All of those things. I really would start there first. That's something that I'm continuing to do as well too. So I'm not going to tell you to do something or mention something that I'm already putting into practice myself. So research, 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 research. Ask questions, and like my mentors really say, and a lot of people that's conscious or spiritual, they say if you do the research or you take the steps, the universe or the ancestors, your ancestors will meet you halfway. And that's so true. By me just doing research, by me doing practices, is open the doors for a lot of people to come into my life that I wanted to come in my life for mentorship, for advice, for knowledge, for inspiration, and or just answers to questions that I have. You just never know when God, when Allah, when the divine is just, through a meditation, just answers your questions that you've been pondering or questioning about for sometimes years, maybe days, maybe seconds, minutes, whatever the case is. But just stay on your journey. Know that this life is your life. And don't force anybody's enlightenment. Take your time. Enjoy the journey. It's a marathon.
outside. A large part of our ancestors' alignment with nature came from observance. It was about observance and
And
overstep.
go outside in nature as much as possible. Go ahead and like and comment below if you went outside today, the first day of spring. Let me know if you went outside taking a walk, grounded, whatever the case is. Let me know if you was outside today.
Standing
Intentionally, because it's the spring.
the ways that nature works, the workings of nature. That's how they were able to tap into it. Observance and appreciation, because that's how you align with God, and that's how you connect with God. It's an appreciation of God's energy because you're observing his creation process. That's how you appreciate him. You know, it's all good and well to know that
God is nature. God speaks through nature. God speaks through nature. Our ancestors speak through nature. That's just what it is. I look at every every natural disaster. I look at that as God is speaking. Anything where the weather plays a part severely, God is speaking. Our ancestors are speaking. We need to spend more time in nature. My people, I'm talking to my people. Everybody needs to spend more time in nature, but I'm specifically talking about my people, my African people, my African descendants or ascendants. We need to spend more time in nature. God is in nature. We need to be outside. We need to hike more. We need to ground more. We need to garden more. We need to swim more. We just need to be in nature. We need to absorb all of the elements. We need the sun. We need the ground. We need the vegetation. We need nature in our lives. God speaks through nature. God is nature. I can't stress that enough. So please, this spring, this summer, moving forward, hike as much as possible. Go outside and ground as much as possible. Garden as much as possible. Just go outside 30 minutes a day. Even if you just sit outside 30 minutes in the sun, 30 minutes grounding, 30-minute walk, run, jog, exercise, hit workout, jump rope, hooping, football, soccer, volleyball, whatever the case is, go outside, get some sun, be in nature. If you're depressed, if you're sad, if you have any lower vibrational feelings, go outside. No matter if it's sunny, rainy, snowing, cloudy, whatever it is, go outside. You're going to feel better. I promise you.
know that, you know, God did this and he said let there be light, and he created this and he created all of the creatures. But if we don't respect the creatures that he created, then we don't really respect him. So it's about really respecting God, respecting the creation source, the creative force, and tapping into that nehe, that eternal force by
Stop littering. Stop littering. Stop littering. Keep your trash, throw it away. Keep your trash. If you're in a car, have a little trash bag, or just wait till you get home to the next stop, gas station, where you throw it away. You're messing up nature. I remember I stopped, where was I at? I stopped at a stoplight getting off the highway, and I seen somebody throw out a bag of like Cheetos or like hot flaming hot or hot flaming Cheetos, and birds were eating that. Birds aren't supposed to be eating it at all. Like, it's by us littering, it messes up nature. Global warming, all of that. Us humans, our actions play a part severely on nature, and we have to realize that, and we have to care, because even if the world, you know, is degrading, no matter what, it might not happen in our lifetime. But we're going to have children, inshallah, that's going to have children, and children, and children. And eventually, they're going to have to deal with our consequences, dealing with the things that we've done. So we need to live our life more righteously, intentionally, and thoughtfully for the future, and leave this world in a better place than we found it. That's through the way we treat nature, which is how we treat God, how we treat each other, how we treat ourselves.
Observing by surrounding yourself with the energy, observing it, appreciating it. So just get out, be outside, absorb the sunlight, enjoy the nature, enjoy the sounds of the birds, enjoy just watching the growth, because you can see even like the trees that you had outside, you can see were like dry and desolate for a while, and now you see them start to grow again. Just really appreciate what is happening around you. You can invite friends, family, loved ones, have a feast, have a meal. A feast is always a great way to celebrate and to honor the gods and to thank the gods. You put some food on the altar if you're a family that has an altar. If you're a person that has an altar, when you are serving food, take a plate of that food to your altar and you say a prayer, or you send the energy out to the universe, that thank you energy, that energy of gratitude. That's the powerful energy that's actually going to manifest real results in your life, because you are giving thanks to the gods, and that's something that they really love and they appreciate, and they feed off of that energy.
This is the celebrations. So the spring, the summer, the autumn, and the winter. Those celebrations are something I want to start doing with my family. I'm going to start doing with my family, inshallah. Starting this summer solstice, that's going to be the first. And I encourage you to do the same thing with your family. Really have a celebration that means something. As a Muslim, as a Kemetic Muslim, but Kemetic spirituality, being a Muslim, the only holidays or holy days that I partake in is the solstices and the equinoxes, and of course Ramadan, which we are in now. But the American side of me does anything that's for our people and bringing our people together and back in line with each other, and it has purpose and intention. So I celebrate Kwanzaa as well too, and I've been doing that for the past I think since we moved in the crib, since we've been in our house, so about 4 years. So this will be my 5th. This coming December, inshallah, it'll be my 5th. So yeah, that's something that I want to do more with my family as well. Cause we just need to do things that's intentional, such as this video, such as the spring equinox. We need to live our life a little more intentional and not just doing things just because it's what we've been doing. Like, what is the real purpose of it? What is the meaning of this day? What is the meaning of this gathering? Something that kind of deterred me away from a lot of these pagan holidays is that I know for my people, my family, we treat these holidays like these are the only times that we can plan to get together. There's 365 days in a year, and I need to research that to see if it's really 365, because that's the Gregorian calendar. But we have over 300 days in a year, and we pick, really, if you want to think about it, and looking at the Kemetic calendar and the way season goes, we pick Thanksgiving, which is November, and we pick Christmas, which is in December. And as you move throughout the year, the vibration of nature and people decreases. So spring, like I said, represents green, and green represents our heart chakra. And as we go Crazy, right? Listen to this. We go from our heart chakra, which is green. We go to our solar plexus, spring, green. We go to our solar plexus, that is what? Yellow, summer, sun. We go into our, what is this? Our sacral, which is orange, just fading. Nature fades. Nature starts to die. Trees start to turn colors. If you really think about it, like nature teaches us the vibration of life and the cycles. Because we're having green leaves now, then they start to turn yellow, they start to turn orange, and then we go to our root chakra and they start to turn red. Anything below our solar plexus, the sacral and the root, can be considered our lower selves, our lower vibrations. Anything above our heart, our throat chakra, our third eye, our crown chakra, these are all higher vibrations. So I encourage people to stay high, lead with your heart, and stay up here. Because when you go down into your solar plexus, you start to go down into your sacral, into your root. We have a lot of trauma stored down in there, and there's a reason why a lot of people have digestive issues, sexual dysfunction, a lot of issues in that region of our body, a lot of challenges in that region of our body. But like I said, going back into Thanksgiving into Christmas, we choose those times, those low vibrational times of the year to get together. And I don't know about your family, but I think the most exciting part of what our family used to do, and what I feel like everybody needs to do, is those summer family reunions. When the sun is high, when it's hot, the cookouts, which we can add better foods into, the conversations, the children, all of those things. That's something that, we planning that this year. Inshallah, we doing that. My family's doing that. Whether it's just my close family or we extend it, but we're going to do that this year to celebrate one another and to celebrate the sun as well. But we just need to get together more. And that was one thing. I was connecting a point of like we just pick these 2 days out of the year to come together, to be around each other, to and it's, to me, it's like it's all fake. It's like, because people aren't really happy during those times. They're fake happy. It's like you can choose to be peaceful, you can choose to be happy for these 2 days. Then after that, it's just like back to whatever, back to, I don't like this person, I don't talk to this person, I'm chatting behind their back. I don't see them, I don't call them, I don't check up on them, things like that. So it's unfortunate, but that's something that just kind of deterred me from those pagan holidays as well too, because it's just fake to me, and it really is fake.
A lot of
And
people
I'm
are
not discouraging anybody from celebrating what you want to celebrate. Like I said, everybody's light turns on when it turns on. I'm just here to let you know what I'm doing. This is my journey, and I'm sharing my journey with you. And if you want to share your journey with me, please subscribe. Please comment below. Let me know what you're doing. Let me know your thoughts as well too.
feeling they're doing a lot of planting and gardening at this point. I've seen a lot of people are feeling that they really love and they appreciate, and they feed off of that energy. A lot of people are feeling they're doing a lot of planting and gardening at this point. I've seen a lot of people get into that thing of like, I'm doing my garden, I've just redone my garden, and that's really powerful. If you're doing that and you just naturally feel the energy to do that, then you're really in alignment.
1,000%. Even if you're not gardening, if gardening is too much for you, you can start small. You can start with some microgreens, which I'm doing soon, and some houseplants. Get some more greenery in your house. Get some more houseplants. Get some snake plants. Get some snake plant. I said snake plants twice. What I got? Some snake plants, some aloe, bamboo. What else I got around me? ZZ plants. There's a lot of plants. A fig, or not a fig. Is it fig fiddle or fiddle? There's so many different house plants you can get that it helps purify your air, adds to that greenery, adds greenery in your home, adds life into your home, and this makes you feel better. Create a healing space in your home. This is your home. Every time you come into your house, say peace. Create peace and harmony and healing in your home by just doing those things. When you walk in, say peace by just letting that vibration just come in the home and just setting that standard, setting that vibration, setting that tone. Have some healing plants into your home, or almost any plants, because it's going to add a higher vibration into your home, some life into your home, some excitement into your home, some feeling. Do that. Open the blinds when you get up. You know, let the sun into your house. Let the natural light into your house. Instead of looking at your phone and turning the light switch on, open up the blinds. Let the natural light into your home.
That is alignment. That's proper alignment, because that's what you should be doing this season. It's a really powerful ritual to tap into the creative force. And also bringing plants into your house, you know, that's also really, really a good way to infuse the energy of nature into your home, just to circulate that energy, because plants have healing power. Also crystals. I'm gonna encourage crystals. I'm gonna encourage any earth element. Earth elements are what will align you more than anything this season. So I'm talking plants, soil in your home, plants, soil, crystals, lots and lots of crystals, because those are from the earth, those are of the earth. The malachite crystal, more than anything, that is the seed.
I just said it right. I said it. And this was in the book as well too, and I'm sure she might have got it from the book, but I have one that I actually bought. So I normally I took them all off, but I have a malachite bracelet that broke, and then I have this pendant, the Ra on it, that I need to replace. I love this. And then shout out to my brother. I gotta reach out to my brother. Shaquan. He gave me this joint like a while ago. So I'm gonna start wearing this tomorrow. Yeah. And I don't even know what this is. It could be malachite. It looked like it's a combination of a lot of things. Or it could just be something that just look dope, you know? But I appreciate it, brother. Thank you, if you're watching. So yeah, go ahead and get your crystals, get your plants. You can wear green. Just wear green. No disrespect to anybody that's, you know, Irish, but don't just wear green because it's St. Patrick's Day. You have no connection in your life, ancestral lineage, that's connected to St. Patrick's Day. The last name is not Fitzpatrick. Fitz anything. Wear some green.
Seasonal crystal. That's the crystal of Asa. It's green. It guards the body against radiation. It clears electromagnetic pollution, and it's a massive boost for manifestation, for manifesting abundance. It's really good for the heart chakra because it's green. Also, if you're able to, I highly recommend visiting in Zalo Yelanga. It's in Mpumalanga. That's where you'll actually be able to see the beauty of the spring equinox. You'll be able to see the precision of the alignment that the rock formation was built with by our ancestors. I haven't been myself. I hear beautiful things about it all the time. I really want to go. I'm looking forward to going next year. I know we'll be going next year with my family. Just have a good time. you know, observe, feel the sun, feel nature, tap into nature, because you also will intuitively know what it is that you need to do to align with the energy. I trust you're going to have a beautiful spring equinox. Love and light. Take care of yourself. And always do your research. Like whatever it is that you want to do your research. The universe will meet you halfway. Love and light. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I want to say thank you so much for subscribing. We reached 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, she doing her Lord thing. But I'm going to link her video in down below, so you can, you know, watch this full thing or share it with anybody that you want to, or just share my video, because I'm having more dialogue about just life and my experiences, and maybe you align with some things or can relate to some things that I've been talking about this whole. We got to find a better word than reaction. Comment below, what's a better word than like reaction? Should I just say study or knowledge or insight? Something. I don't know what I'm gonna say, but I don't like the word reaction. We need to stop reacting to things, and we need to respond intentionally. But yeah, I'm gonna link her video below, and we're gonna be doing this more often. Anything that I feel aligned with, anything that I wanna, you know, watch or gain knowledge of or insight of, I'm gonna start watching with y'all. I'm not even gonna put it up, you know, and watch it by myself no more. I'm gonna start doing this with y'all. Like, this is my study circle, my little study club. That's how we gonna treat it. So, like I said, please like, comment, subscribe. Also, I am a herbalist. My business is called Diaspora Herbs, and for this spring, we are running either a 20 or 25% discount on 2 of our teas. One I need to restock, which is our Breathe tea. So Breathe is for literally breathing. I made this when I had complications with COVID-19. I don't know if I can say the whole thing and not get flagged or whatever the case is, so I'm going to spell it out. And that's all good for your respiratory system, your sinuses, your 4-point of your sinuses, your respiratory system, your lungs, and any mucus challenges that you have. If you need to reduce your mucus in your drainage, or you just need to breathe better, or you're having any type of issues with these seasonal allergies, Breathe tea. Go to diasporaherbs.com and you can get that. I've been getting so many compliments about that every single year, even throughout the year, for the beginning of spring and some summer and autumn allergies as well too. People have been purchasing that. I think that's that's our number one selling tea right now, Breathe tea. And we're also going to do a discount on our Flow tea. So Flow, because that's all about this removal of toxins out of your body. So what the Flow tea does is all for your digestive system and assisting with removing toxins out of your kidneys, your colon, your liver, and your intestines. Your liver and your kidney is 2 major organs of your body that you really need to take care of. And on my Instagram, link in my bio, I have 2 programs in there that's going to teach you about your liver and your kidney, a full breakdown of what it is, what's the purpose, what it functions as, and some maintenance steps and some herbs that align or have an affinity for your kidney or your liver. So this tea does that as well too. So like I said, it helps remove the toxins out of there. It helps tonify those organs as well, used in waste removal to help those, become stronger and work at an optimal level, and help balance as well too. So our Breathe tea and our Flow tea, these are going to be a 20 or 25% discount for I'm trying to figure out how long I want to do it. My born day is April 11th. So if I do it starting tomorrow, that'll probably be like 3 weeks. I'm gonna figure it out. But go to diasporaherbs.com. I'm gonna leave a link to Diaspora Herbs to the website below. I'm gonna leave a link to Breathe Tea and Flow Tea below, and y'all gonna love both of them, no matter what. You're gonna love them. The Breathe Tea, I used to drink that like anytime I have any type of, congestion, whether it's like my one of my nostrils or like stuffy, I'm feeling stuffiness or anything. I drink that first thing. Within 15, 20 minutes, drainage, breathing clear. I promise you. I promise you. It really works that well. Flow tea, I have testimonies about that. It helps with just using the bathroom, having bowel movements regularly. It helps with that because it helps push those toxins out, not in a bad way. So it's not like a detox tea. I have a lot of people, because we're used to those detox teas. It's not a detox tea in that sense. It's a tea that just gently helps with waste removal. So I recommend drinking it first thing as soon as you get up, and you can drink it at night as your last thing you consume before you go to bed. So the first thing you consume and the last thing you consume when you rise and before you rest. And it's going to assist with regular or regulating your bowel movements, and getting waste out of those organs as well too. So, and like I said, it helps tonify those organs, meaning strengthen those organs. So it's powerful, it's good, and you're gonna love it. I promise you that. So I'm gonna leave those links below. Like I said, please like, comment, and subscribe if you made it to this part of the video. I greatly appreciate you. And if there's anything you want me to, or you want us to watch a video to, or learn about, or whatever the case is, as long as it's Islam related and Kemetic related, that's what we're gonna watch any videos on, knowledge of, insights on. So Assalaam Alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh to all of my Muslim brothers and sisters. Ramadan Kareem, Ramadan Mubarak to you as well too. We have about almost a week left, and I hope you've been growing spiritually, mentally, physically, just as I have. And if you are considering Islam, if you are just thinking about it, do your research, connect with some Muslim brothers or sisters, connect with your local mosque, well not mosque, your local masjid. And remember, this is your life. I got baptized when I was about 16 in a Baptist church in DC. And then 3 years ago, I took my Shahada in a masjid in DC. Our life is all about our journey and becoming our higher self and seeking truth. That's what it's about. Doing good unto others, doing good to ourselves, and being a representation of God, Allah, the divine. And that's what life is about. So just be on your journey, do what feels good to you, follow your alignment. Like I said, you take those steps, the ancestors in the universe are going to meet you halfway, and they're going to open doors for you to continue to seek knowledge, to continue to seek the insight that you're in, the questions and the answers that you're searching for. All right? So keep growing, keep healing, keep taking care of yourself, taking care of your people. Until next time, peace.